Hello and welcome to this week's journey with the Free Spirit. So we're on to card number 10 in the Major Arcana. And I love this card because I feel like this is another card that's very misunderstood in the Tarot. And so I did a little research myself actually to learn more about it because I'm learning right alongside you and love this. So this is the traditional artwork. And I'm going to hold this up again, but that's that. And then this is Doreen Virtue's version, which features Archangel Michael. And yeah. So in this traditional, there's a lot of symbolism in this card. So what I learned, and I accessed the Biddy Tarot online. I love her descriptions, so I'm giving credit to her here on this. In the corners, there is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo represented. Those are all fixed signs of astrology, and all of them have wings, which means that we're able to handle change with a sense of stability because they're fixed signs, so they're very earth-based signs. And all are looking at the Torah, which is about wisdom. Additionally, there's letters I, H, V, H, which is Hebrew, a word that cannot be pronounced, meaning God. And then there's also interspersed in there T-A-R-O, which is tarot when you go back to the beginning at the T at the top. So that's pointing to sort of the wisdom within the tarot. The snake is a form of healing. The red figure is intelligence. That's Hermes, the god Hermes. And then the Sphinx apparently is life's riddles. Also in the middle, the very middle, are symbols for Mercury, sulfur, water, and salt, which are the four elements. The four elements are also represented in the Doreen Virtue version. That's a real focus on her artwork. And overall, this card is all about the cycle of life. It's about the fact that, and I know this from my own work and my own healing practice, that we're always in a state of expansion and really being out there and discovering, and then contraction when we're kind of contemplating getting our bearings again and then moving forward. And some people can look at that as challenging times in life and then really fun times in life. And you can see how that cycle kind of plays itself out. So if we only, the thing we need to remember, and I'm reminding myself on this card, especially right now in my life, if we only had expansion, and that's the big fun, out there having a great time, everything's perfect, then we would never have anything to reflect upon and to really gain experience from, because we'd always be in that state of expanded awareness and just taking in. So it's really good to have time to reflect and internalize what we've experienced as challenges come up. The real kicker is when you can really stop, even in those times of contraction, when we're really going within and trying to figure something out, or in a challenging time. If you can go within and bring some grace to the situation and trying to make sense of the larger meaning, the wisdom, that snake energy, the Hermes energy, trying to gain what the higher intelligence is behind that situation. So it's seeing the gift of where you're at. That's what I'd love you to journal on this week. Where are you at right now? Are you in a state of contraction? I'm there. Or are you in a state of expansion where you just are so hungry for experience and you're just in love with life? And we're really either in one or the other, generally. That's the cycle. That's what the wheel represents. But the wheel also is asking us to have a faith in the universe that this too shall pass. You know, if you're in a state of contraction or of expansion, and to look forward to either one, really, because they both have their gifts. And generally the wheel, when this comes up in a reading, it does suggest that a turning point is here. And some people call that karma. I don't know if I'd call it that. I think it's just, there's a tendency, there's expansion on a soul level that's going on, even if you're in a contracted state. I think it's a shifting of the tides energetically that's going on. So this week, really spend some time analyzing where are you at right now and what is the gift in it. Whether it's an expanded state where you're loving how everything is going and it's so perfect, and what are you learning? What are the gifts of that? Or if you're in a contracted state where you're back, you're reflecting, you're trying to make sense of something that's going on and really not as out there as you might be at other times, what is the gift of that? You know, what is the reflection that's coming forth? Because there is higher wisdom in all of our interactions and all of what we're experiencing here. It's all very meaningful. So spend some time journaling on that and enjoy the wheel energy. I really view this as a wonderful card because it feels so soul-based. It's like big turning of the page, which is very appropriate for the beginning of the year. This being the first tarot or major arcana card that we're getting at the very beginning of 2016 that tells you, if you're doing this chronologically with me, it tells you what this year is really about. It's big soul growth time. It's really picking a path, and it might be very different. Bringing new awareness to every situation and enjoying the now moments. The wheel really calls us to enjoy, be very mindful of what is occurring in your life right now and to see the gift of it, because you can look back down the road and see those gifts even more clearly. But what an amazing present to yourself if you are just that present and can see the gift right then and there without needing to wait. All right. Enjoy your week.